This is QTV News and I am Jenna Bosonko. Coming up, President Barrow ends a busy week of engagements as he receives a number of visitors at State House. The deaths of fishes and seabirds cause concern of CIFO as locals search for answers to the calamity. In contrast, we hear from another fishing community pleased about the presence of fishmeal factories in its environment. For more on this and other stories, stay tuned. Welcome back. In a flurry of engagements at the presidency on Friday, President Barrow granted audience to Eamon Gilmore, the European Union Special Representative for Human Rights, the Vice Chairman of the Board of the Rotarian Malaria Partners, and a delegation of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat. Aliou Cisse has the rest of that story.
Eamon Gilmore, the EU Special Representative for Human Rights, is on a two-day visit to the Gambia. Speaking to reporters shortly after meeting President Barrow, he said the meeting was one of series he will hold during his stay.
The European Union has been partnering with the Gambia through this entire period of the transition from dictatorship to democracy. I had the opportunity of congratulating the President on the progress that has been made over the past 3 years. It is remarkable to see this in the Gambia at a time when we are seeing in many other parts of the world a pushback against human rights, against democracy and against the rule of law. It's good to see progress being made in the Gambia, and I've encouraged the President to continue with the reforms, to continue with this effort, and assured him that the European Union will continue to partner in this effort.
James Moore, Vice Chairman of the Board of Rotarian Malaria Partners, also met with President Barrow. He explained the purpose of his visit to State House.
The purpose of our visit today was to solicit support from the President for what Rotary is able to do to make malaria go to zero, supporting the National Malaria Elimination Center's work. So Rotary is going to organize projects that fill gaps identified in combination with the National Malaria Control Center here, with Director Balakande, who has done an amazing job already. We'll be investing in projects that he and Rotarians have identified as the best way to get to zero malaria in this country.
President Barrow, he said, has endorsed the work of the Rotary Club in the country in working to improve the lives and livelihoods of Gambians. President Barrow also received at his office a delegation of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, who briefed the President on the hosting of the Second Africa Peace Conference in the Gambia. Baba F. Trawale, the Amir of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat in the Gambia, said they were delighted to have met the President to discuss issues of national interest.
So we came to inform the President of this great conference, so that the President can be aware of it, and jointly we can all work together for the success of the conference. So the President was very much pleased, and we also informed the President that as far as the Jamaat is concerned, continuously we are going to contribute to the national development of this country.
I'm Asad Ahmed Khan, current Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations and guest speaker at today's event, said Islam preaches peace, which is critical for progress and development.
Peace is a fundamental requirement of this time. Things are changing very fast. As the President said just now, and as Amir Saab said, peace is necessary for stability and for progress. So the Ahmadiyya community is not some kind of divorced spectator. Islam does not believe in hermetism. You can't just sit in the mosque and pray. An article of faith is to serve.
Meanwhile, President Barrow is expected to attend Africa Rossa Summit in Sochi, Russia between 23rd and 24th October. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Seemed like a busy day at the State House. Now, the deaths of fish and seabirds at Sifo village and surrounding areas is causing alarm to locals. A resident of Sifo, who is also an environmental activist, alleges that the incident may be due to activities of the fish meal factory in Katong. Babu Karsi has the rest of that.
The presence of fish meal factories located at Kombo South, believed to be Chinese-owned, have been frowned upon by natives and activists since their establishment. Some environmentalists say a pipe running from the factory into the sea is causing an unprecedented level of pollution. A fish meal factory, Golden Lead, had previously denied dumping wastewater products in the ozone, resulting in the death of these animals. Recently, a lot of dead fish have been spotted floating in the sea and wash up on the shore. Surprisingly, the birds that feed on these dead fish are also dying. This has made locals worry, suspecting foul play by the fish meal factories. Ibrahim Minte, a native of Sifo and chairman of an organization called Home for Wild, explained to QTV about what he suspected.
Information, and then we went around, we find a lot of, we can see millions of fish, or roughly about 7 to 8 kilometers, I can say, or 6 or 7, estimately, both around the Gambian customer sites. Both sides fish are dying. We don't know actual cause. It could be caused by a depletion of oxygen. It can be caused by the slow high temperature, and the slow flow of the seawater also can cause depletion of oxygen. Lack of mangrove also can cause it. But actually we don't. But we suspect there is a fish meal around Katong, because this happened during high tide. When they discharge their waste into the pipe, the sea, the Katong end will not be affected, because these dead fish are not in Katong. It's from Brandon down, C4, Daslame, Casamas area, like the rest have experienced. So when it flush in, the last edge of the Alahin River will be affected.
Mr. Minte went on to say that the fish and birds dying is a major concern to the locals.
The suspects are these golden fish at Katong. Now, if it is a phenomenon like environment, like nature, like depletion of oxygen, when the bird eat the fish, they will not die. But what we even realize, birds are not eating the fish, see the body, they only take the fish, they eat only the fish, eyes and stuff. Maybe some of the birds, they eat that fish, now but also start dying in large numbers. So it's a worry. It's a threat to us now.
He concluded by expressing disappointment with the authorities, saying the National Environment Agency were the only institution that visited the area, but that they haven't heard from them since. He added that they have contacted the Ministry of Fisheries again, with no action being taken. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
The Association of Fishermen in a Coastal Community organized a forum to highlight their development achievements. Lamin Dabo has the rest of that story.
The event is to create awareness of the successes registered by their association and also to refute rumors circulating on social media relating to the Golden Lead Fish Meal Factory in Kombo South. The Secretary General of the Association of Fishermen in Kombo South, Sirif Bojang, explains the importance of the forum, saying it will help them strengthen their association's development endeavors.
We have received a letter from government level, which is circulating in the communities that there is a plan to close this factory. But it's like this is something that the community of Sanyang, Gunjur and Katong are not happy about that, because the livelihood, if these factories are closed, is really going to be affected. A lot of women is where they get their income, and a lot of fishermen is where they get their income, and a lot of people in the coastal line is where they are getting their income.
Ganture, a representative of Gunjur, said their lives and livelihoods have been elevated since the Golden Lead Fish Meal Factory started operating in their district. He added that it has created job opportunities, especially for youths and women.
Berim factory ni nata yang tonya cool sonyandi mole baba bakere.
Since the inception of the factory, it has made lots of things easier for both men and women working under it directly or indirectly in the fishing sector. Also, the challenges of having fish and being worried on how to sell it no longer exist due to the presence of the factory. The factory has saved both the fishermen, vendors, and middlemen from experiencing loss. We and our families are thankful to the existence of the factory in our community.
Dam Sise, a representative of Katong, urges youths of Kombo South to take advantage of the employment opportunities available in the fisheries sector.
wax ci turi ñi nga xamné ñom lañ déporté from Europe ici len Africa wala ici len Gambia.
I'm urging my fellow youth to venture into entrepreneurship skills, as the fisheries sector has lots of job opportunities which lead to a higher level of income compared to most of the workers in government offices. I was a deportee from Europe, and few months later, I decided to work under the fisheries sector. And what I'm earning in a month today is something I cannot get when I was in Europe. I'm urging all my fellow youth to take it seriously and make life better for themselves and their families. The Association of Fishermen in Kombo South, in partnership with development stakeholders, said they have created jobs for more than 100 youths directly and to 500 indirectly. The association has also supported the development of sports, education and health within the district. The association also aims to embark on other development activities such as road rehabilitation in fish landing sites and launching a microfinance scheme to empower women in the fishing sector, amongst others. For QTV News, Lamin Alaifandin Dabo.
We will go with a short commercial break, and the news continues. When we return, we report on Gambia's commemoration of Africa Code Week, which starts on the 21st October. We hear about the exciting Africa App Launchpad initiative and hear how Burford youths are fending off interest in land they have great plans for, and more. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
waa jàng yaa ngi nice de xanaa da ngaa génn.
génn déedéet jonge si saal jonge si waañ maa ngi tooga.
sa xarit mata yi ak sanse bii nga xam ne man ma jaaxle suma ndijaay ak xaritam yaa war a ñëw añ si tey te maa ngi nii suma mata yi kër yi ñëpp a tooy xaw ma nu maa def.
man du may toogee mata léegi Oryx gas lay toogee wóor na gaaw na yomba na te doo si tilim ñaar laa si jënd nag xaaral ma abal la benn ndax nga bañ a naaja.
Oryx gas moog ñun ba faw. Oryx gas mun nga ko am si bépp Atlas station si biir réew mi.
Are you traveling to Senegal from Gambia? Guess what? You can now roam in Senegal like never before. Enjoy the most affordable rates on data and your international and local voice and SMS while in Senegal. QCell and Orange have partnered together to make roaming a breeze. Whenever you roam with your QCell line to Senegal or travel with your Orange number to Gambia, you get to enjoy a new specially discounted tariff on your data and the calls and texts you send locally and internationally. Don't stress about high costs. QCell and Orange have got you covered. Whether it's a quick business trip or a family getaway, you know you're connected anywhere and anytime. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, call 111. QCell, the Gambia's quality network.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. The African App Launchpad initiative is launched in the Gambia. The initiative aims to build capacity of youths from Egypt and other African states and foster the establishment of sustainable startups in the advanced, ever-changing app and game technology sector.
The African App Launchpad Initiative, AAL, is an Africa-wide platform geared towards building capacity of 10,000 learners and establishing 100 startups working with top online learning platforms such as Coursera, edX, and Udacity. In July this year, the Egyptian Minister of Communication and Information Technology and the Minister of Information and Communication Infrastructure of the Gambia signed an agreement that validated Gambia's membership of the initiative, as well as putting in place strong cooperation in ICT, including in capacity building. Principal ICT Officer Sanusi Drame speaks on the benefits of the initiative for Gambian youth.
The benefits of this is that young people will have access to free, top quality learning material, one, and two, they will also be able to acquire a certification that is internationally recognized. Three, they will have the opportunity to be exposed to local learning groups where they can share experiences with colleagues as well as discuss business impact of underlying technologies.
The Ministry of Information confirms that it is now accepting applications for the program. Drame speaks on the eligibility criteria of applicants.
One has to complete a 2-year graduate certificate obtained from a college, or alternatively, if you are going to graduate within 2 years, you are eligible to apply. If in the event that an applicant wants, that is a non-ICT applicant that wants to access other tracks that are ICT related, the person must possess one of the following criteria. The first criteria is that he has to have 2 years work experience in ICTs. And the second criteria is he has to have 6 months international training record on software technologies.
He adds that an online application on the ministry's website will soon be available and gives further details of the application process.
First, he will collect a form from the Ministry of Information and Communication Infrastructure, which is located at the GRTS building at MDI Road in Kanifing. After acquiring the application forms, you would complete them, attach a recent passport photo size and a recent curriculum vitae, and submit it to the ministry. The application deadline periods the mid of every month and the end of every month. So if you can get your applications at the ministry, we will process it.
The Ministry of Information is now accepting applicants from the academic, private, public and civil society sectors of the economy. Successful applicants will be able to compete in startup competitions with a prize of $2,000. The ministry encourages applicants to apply in their numbers and appeals to successful applicants to be well committed and complete the program. Aisha Jain, QTV News.
A solidarity march past was organized by Burfoot youths on Saturday to ward off encroachers who they believe are in the process of grabbing land the youths have earmarked for a football field and a multipurpose center. Our sports reporter Momodu Gajaga was there and he files in this report.
The march past was organized by the youth to send a clear and uncompromising message to authorities and interest groups that the Burfoot Multipurpose Center and Strasser football field is not for sale. Holding placards, these youths have one agenda, that is, to safeguard the only land available to them for a future development project.
We as the youths have also taken up the stance of dialoguing through the Ministry of Youth and Sport and local government and land. I believe there can be much more than that. But we still come out today in solidarity to march and show the Gambia that we really mean well for this country. Because if you look at the stadium of the Gambia, you know it is no longer durable for football. It's no longer durable for any sport. We have a blessed land that is well located, well suited, and it can serve the interest of not just football but any other sporting discipline in this country. So I call upon all sport-loving lovers, all the people who aspire and want to see the younger generation grow and grow to the higher height, to give us the support and make sure that our demands are met. And our demand, I will call again, Mr. President, allow the people of Burfoot to have our land back, especially Strasser Field, so that our young generations can have something to call their own.
The land is situated at a beautiful and strategic location close to the sea and the main Combo Coastal Road. For that reason, there is an assumption that the government, the Gambia Tourism Board and the Bojankunda family of Burfoot are all interested in the land.
The government officials, the people who are even looking for here, that let them leave. Let them raise their case, because this particular place is highly needed by the youth of Burfoot. You understand? On that note, as the chairman of Burfoot Sports, I deem it necessary to take on the challenge, whatever challenge it may cost me. That we have this particular place for Brufut youths to use it for their future needs.
Lamin Jane, a youth representative, urged youth of the community to stand firm and make sure the land is secured and used for the purpose it is reserved for. We can do so many projects on this land. Apart from football, a school and even a radio station can be built here. Although building a multipurpose center is impossible at the moment due to lack of funds, the community's only football field is located here and is an important ground for the development of football. Abbas Mane, the chairman of the Brufut Village Development Committee, says under his leadership, they will do whatever it takes to make sure the multipurpose center is built.
Today, we are gathered here to show the people of Brufut, the people of Kombo, the people of Western Division, the people of the Gambia, under the government of the Gambia, and all those who are concerned about the development of the young people, to know that we want this field to be erected as a multi-purpose center.
Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Before we end this news bulletin, let's recap our main headlines. President Barrow ends a busy week of engagements as he receives a number of visitors at State House. The deaths of fishes and seabirds cause concern in Sifo as locals search for the causes. In contrast, another fishing community is pleased about the presence of fishmeal factories in its environment. Ahead of Gambia's commemoration of Africa Code Week, which starts on the 21st October, we hear about the exciting Africa Up Launchpad initiative. That is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Thank you so much for your company.